Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to our Let's Read of Steins Gate Zero. Joining me, as always, is Shadow. If you are new here, a link to the full playlist is in the corner there. Last time, Maho was found eavesdropping on Dr. Liskinen and disappeared. But that was left a mystery as we return to Japan to see Mayuri is visiting Fubuki back in the hospital with reading stuff. I mean, the new encephalitis. Please, give all the patients private rooms, and try to keep the rooms as far apart from one another as possible to ensure the patients don't come into contact. But there aren't that many open rooms. You need to do it anyway. If the patients talk to each other, they'll start to share the dreams, right? Sure, that's true, but once a person hears about someone else's dream, their brain can trick themselves into thinking they had that dream as well. Across the lobby, I saw an old Japanese doctor in a white coat and a large man in a suit who was frantically trying to talk to him. Oh, I'd seen the man in the suit before. Actually, it was a man I knew well. But Professor Liskinen? I hurried over. Dr. Liskinen, it's me, Okabe. He must have been wearing his translator, because he was communicating with the old doctor in Japanese. Dr. Liskinen's face quickly broke into a smile when he saw me. Oh, Lintalo! His voice was so loud that everyone in the lobby, doctors, nurses, staff, and even patients, turned to look at me.
It does make sense he'd be involved in the brain shit.
Yeah. But Dr. Liskinen didn't seem to notice them as he ran over. It was like a giant American football player racing for a touchdown. Wait, Professor! Stop! My cries went unheard as Dr. Liskinen tackled me and pulled me up. Did he just glomp Okabe? Then he switched from football player to pro wrestler and swung me up and down. I felt like I was a little child. There was nothing I could do to resist him as he flung me around. A moment later, he noticed the cold stares of the people around him and finally released me. Oh my, I'm sorry. I was so surprised, I got a little too excited. Is that a common thing Americans do? Just run up and hug someone and lift them off the ground?
No. I thank God. Looks away! Not people that they've had a work relationship with.
Yeah.
They're friends? Yes.
Dr. Liskinen bowed to the people around in apology. Dr. Liskinen, who is this young man? The doctor that Professor Liskinen had been talking to was staring at me suspiciously. Oh, I wasn't sure exactly what to tell him. It wasn't like he was really my professor. You seem to be a student. Which school are you with? If you're studying brain science like the professor... No, He'll be a student at Victor Condria in September. I'm planning on having him come to my lab. Huh? I see. Victor Condria University, eh? That's a surprise. I looked over at Dr. Liskinen's questioningly, but He just gave me a mischievous smile. This guy, he really was such a kid. It's very rare for a Japanese student to be able to go there. I'm impressed. Thanks. After the doctor left, I sighed loudly enough for Professor Liskinen to hear me. So, who is that guy? The director of this hospital. The director? You just told a lie to someone that important? Oh, did I lie? I said you'd be a student starting in September, but I didn't mean this September. Or what? Do you think you don't have what it takes to make it to my school in the end? That's a little unfortunate, but he really was like a little kid, completely shameless. But still, it was hard to hate him. I'm surprised though. I had no idea you were in Japan. It had been 5 months since I'd seen him off at Narita. Maho's here too. Really? Don't sound so excited, Okabe. You'll draw conclusions. She didn't say a word about it. I talked to her often via email and video chat, mostly about Amadeus testing, but she hadn't said a word about coming to Japan. I think it was a bit unplanned considering where we left her, where her story ended. I hadn't heard anything about it from Kurisu either. We're back in the same office at Wako City. Come by anytime you like and bring Kurisu. Your mom's comment got me almost saying it as Waco now. I told them to find a different place after we got robbed last time, but... Dr. Liskinen looked up toward the ceiling and shrugged. It did feel like that place had security issues. Are you not feeling well, Lintaro? Did you come here for treatment? Oh, no. I'm here to visit a friend. Oh, I see. That's good. Well, it's not good for your friend. I'm sorry. Oh, no. So, what are you doing at a Japanese hospital? Dr. Liskinen brought his face close to mine and whispered so the people around us couldn't hear him. You've heard about the new encephalitis cases, right? The American government asked our psychophysiology lab to look into it, but they've hit a roadblock. The university ordered me to help with the investigation. I see. So you're helping with the new encephalitis cases? Now there was a word I wasn't expecting to hear. I explained that my friend was here because they thought they might have the disease. Is your friend named Nakase Katsumi, perhaps? Oh, yeah, you met her at the Christmas party, didn't you? That's right. My interest in this new disease started with that party, you see.
Oh, yeah?
Both you and Katsumi collapsed, right? He was right, actually. In my case, I'd been sent to that other world line. I met up with her again several days ago. She demanded to know why she was being sent back to the hospital when she was just fine.
Yeah, I would be too.
I see. Would you tell her it would make me happy if she was a bit more cooperative? I actually feel really bad for both her and all the other patients. We and the Japanese team are doing what we can, but we just don't understand the results we're getting. Dr. Luskinen's usually chipper expression darkened. The man was such a ball of vitality that I hadn't noticed until then, but when his smile disappeared, I could see the wrinkles that had formed on his face from exhaustion. He must have been working hard, like he said. To be honest, none of the doctors thought we'd have this much trouble explaining it at the start. Yeah, because it involves time travel that most people don't believe in. What's wrong, Lintalo? Is there something wrong? No. I'm not a medical student, so this is all outside of my expertise. I was just about to tell him about my reading Steiner.
Do not do that.
But in the end, I couldn't. If my uninformed opinion was wrong, it could cost the encephalitis patients their lives. I couldn't just tell him when I didn't have any proof. Then, his face drew close to mine again. By the way, Katsumi was saying something very interesting. Oh? She said something about not being sick, about how she was actually experiencing another world in her dreams. I told her not to say anything about it. See, this is why secrets only work when 3 people are keeping them and 2 of them are dead. Could she not help it?
She absolutely could. She's a teenage girl. Okay.
Yeah. This was bad.
She's a teenage girl who's being yanked in and out of hospitals, and if she thinks that she might be able to tell them something that keeps her from having to do that, she will tell them.
Yeah. She's being yanked in and out from hospitals and in and out from alternate realities.
Girl's tired.
She's understandably stressed. I might start to doubt her sanity. Nakase-san's got a very vivid imagination, maybe. She loves sci-fi and anime. Projecting much, Rintaro? She probably just said she had the power to experience parallel worlds because she saw it on some show somewhere. I remember that I used to say stuff like that. I tried my best to come up with excuses, but Dr. Luskinen still seemed concerned. But still, I was really surprised when I started participating in the treatment project. One of the strange things about this illness is that many patients share the same dreams. Also, you know what the cure for this new encephalitis is? Stop fucking with the timeline.
Stop fucking with the timeline.
I'm assuming it's similar to a mass hallucination. But what do you think? I've never seen this before. From a brain science perspective, I just don't have an answer right now. To be honest, unscientific is the word that seems to best fit. Like parallel worlds or memories of a past life, you know? Yeah, when all the logical explanations are out the window, you start grasping at straws. I see.
All science was once magic.
Yep. It would help if you talk to Katsumi too. There are some things you can't say to a doctor, but that you'll tell your friends. Sure. I'll ask her, I guess. Looks around nervously. So, Lintalo, that aside, I have a question for you. Dr. Liskinen was looking over my shoulder. I got a sense of this at the Christmas party. But your girlfriends really are cute, aren't they? Huh? Dude, you're a 40-year-old doctor. They're 18.
Teasing a teenager is pretty par for the course.
Yeah, true. I just hope he doesn't try to hit on them.
No, that's it. That's Miyajo.
Yeah.
Maho. That's it. There it is.
Yeah.
Miyajo is her first name.
I turned around and saw that Mayuri, Kaede, and Yuki had all stood up from the sofa and were looking at me. When they saw Dr. Liskinen was looking at them, they waved. So, are any of those girls involved with you right now? Yuki, Kaede, Mayuri, Luka, or maybe Katsumi? Well, he has stumbled into the trap. Yeah, Luka's a boy in this world line, right?
Yes.
What? His words were so surprising, I couldn't think of anything to say. Maho would often call this middle-aged man a mischievous boy, and that was exactly the look he had on his face. No, I won't force you to tell me. I don't want to pry into your private life. Just if you could use the boyfriend thing to pry information out of Fubuki, that would be great.
That was very useful.
Well, I'd hope to have something to tell my favorite student.
Please tell me you're not shipping it also, sir.
Dr. Liskinen turned to walk away before I could figure out what he meant. All right, Lintalo. I've got to talk to the director a bit more, so I'll be going. I don't think he ships it, he just likes teasing Maho about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like...
No, understandable.
Yeah, just, he's single, you better act now before someone else gets him. He's got all these cute girls around him.
Giving Kurisu ammunition, no.
Maybe he's trying to, give Kurisu ammunition to bribe her into telling him her secrets.
Maybe so.
I'd love to go around to all those girls and give them a hug too, but I'll save that for next time. Tell them I said hello. Also, I don't want to get referred to HR.
He almost did for what he did to retard. Free chiropractic, honestly.
Sure. Mayuri and the others came over to me as I watched him go.
I don't trust that man.
What's that, Dr. Liskinen?
Yeah, I knew I'd seen him somewhere before.
I thought he'd gone back to America. There
was no way I could tell the girls what Dr. Liskinen and I were just talking about. After Fubuki's exam was over, we went to her room and listened to her complain, and then the visit was over. Just like Dr. Liskinen had said, she looked just fine. She told us she was ready to leave the hospital and jog all the way home. Mayuri and the others were relieved, but I felt worried. Did I need to talk to Dr. Liskinen about reading Steiner after all?
No.
But how would I explain it? It might be a better idea to talk to Maho and have her explain it to him. I couldn't come to an answer right away.
No. Oh, Suzuka time.
Suzaha.
Suzaha.
Yeah. Suzaku is the bird guardian of the south, if I recall correctly.
Listen.
It was a very hot day in 1998 when Suzuha said goodbye to Shina Kaguri. She'd gone to get food and water from a local store, and when she'd come back and opened the hatch,
Come on! How
Kaguri
does this
was
stupid
inside,
thing work?
screaming. She looked inside and saw that Kaguri was slamming her tiny hands down on the control console. She has the same color hair as Kurisu, but I think that's just a coincidence.
Yeah. They haven't
Quote-unquote coincidence.
They haven't suggested that there's a connection, but they sometimes don't until later on.
Yeah. Like between Kurisu and her dad, for example.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Kaguri shrank back when she saw Suzuha.
I'm not... This isn't what it looks like.
Answer me.
But... I woke up and you were gone. And it was dark and the lights wouldn't turn on. It's so cramped and scary in here.
So I tried to open the door.
When I was fiddling with it, this happened.
Kaguri started to cry.
I'm sorry, Big Sis Susa. I'm sorry. But I was really scared.
Suzuha, maybe you should teach her how to turn the lights on this thing?
How old is she at this point? 8?
Something like that, yeah.
I see.
Suzuha relaxed her guard. Kaguri has PTSD from her time as a war orphan, and she hasn't fully recovered yet.
Rich coming from you.
Mayuri had once told her that she got very frightened in dark and cramped spaces. Yes, you really should teach her how to turn on the lights. It would make sense if waking up in the dark caused a panic attack, and the time machine could only function with Suzuha's biometric authorization.
Oh, you should leave the light-ons.
Yes.
Well, I understand not doing it though. Their fuel is limited.
Yeah, true. Someone of Kaguri's size wouldn't be able to break the console either.
You passed out from the shock of time travel, so I wanted to let you get some rest. I'm sorry.
Suzuha grabbed one of Kaguri's tiny hands to help her up, and then led her outside the time machine.
It's so hot.
Kaguri, promise me you won't touch the switches on the control console, no matter what. Okay? Panic attack is not going to respect promises.
Okay.
I'm going to get started. You go and rest. Have some food and water if you want. The question I'm wondering is, did Kaguri also exist in the original world line? Like the Suzuha that we knew from the first game?
Yeah, well, Kaguri is Mayuri's adopted daughter, so she probably didn't exist at the time in the first game.
No, I mean like in Suzuha's past, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did that also happen there,
Yeah.
or is it something unique to this world line?
Yeah, I don't know. Suzuha handed Kaguri the provisions she'd bought, then went inside and poked her head into the cargo space under the control console. She connected the IBM 5100 she'd stored there to a portable terminal she'd brought from the future. By all appearances, it was an early 2000s cell phone, but instead, it was a miniaturized quantum computer from the year 2036. Of course, future Daru had made it himself.
Honestly, it sounds kind of silly, but it tracks. They made a time machine out of a microwave. Of course, his fucking quantum computer looks like a flip phone.
When she booted up the IBM 5100, rows of numbers started to appear on the screen.
What are you doing?
Kaguri was looking in from outside the machine.
Did you study the year 2000 problem?
I studied it a little at the orphanage. In the end, nothing happened, right?
Something happened, just we managed to take care of it.
Well, it was one of the Time War events was around the Y2K problem.
Yes. That's what everybody thinks.
Huh?
It wasn't made public, but at the time, a lot of places and a lot of countries had serious problems because of it.
Really?
The issue was this computer, the IBM 5100. It's got an old programming language on it, and the engineers weren't able to fix the program. And that's why legacy coders get paid a lot of money.
Yep. The AS400 coders get paid a mint.
Yeah, because it's cheaper to pay them, $500K a year than to replace all of the coding language of all their legacy computers.
Well, it's mainly the bank infrastructure, and the banks are very big proponents of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the bank technology is still humming along, so they rather patch it than try to port everyone's financial records to a different system. Because even like a 0.1% error is a lot of pissed off customers who have lost their money.
It's a lot of money you'd have to replace, yeah. Just easier to pay those coders a lot of money instead.
Yeah.
In fact, they didn't even know that an important program existed that was written in this language. The race to develop the time machine was the beginning of World War III, but there's a chance that something that happened during the year 2000 problems, and the divisions that resulted from that, were a deeper cause.
She didn't expect a 10-year-old like Kagari to understand this, but she didn't feel like taking the time to explain it.
And the year 2000 is a special year, you see. All of the world lines temporarily converge here. This means that it's possible the year 2000 problem had a huge effect on all the world lines. The world line in the gap that we're trying to reach, Steins Gate, is no exception.
Title drop.
Roll credits.
She looked down at the terminal connected to the IBM 5100.
So this is a patch program to keep the year 2000 problem from ever happening.
Right now, the terminal was converting the patch into the language used by the IBM 5100. The next step was to spread this program all around the world in the form of a virus. And the year 2000 problems that this era's engineers missed would completely disappear. The word connect appeared on the terminal's subscreen.
Okay, it's connected.
She'd been told that in Japan in this era, ADSL was still in its test phase, and most normal users connected to the internet by low-speed dial-up using ISDN. But in major city areas like Akihabara, universities, labs, and some big computer companies were starting to use fiber optic internet. Some of them were even using wireless LANs.
Oh, mystical.
Suzuha cracked her way into one of those. Dad had laughed when he said that with 2036 technology, cracking into 20th century network security was a joke. But he'd been right.
But if you change the future, won't that change the world we were in?
Congratulations, baby, you figured it out.
That is kind of the plan. Surprisingly, Kagari had gotten the gist of what Suzuha had just told her.
That's right. I refuse to let that world exist any longer. So I've come here to reach Steins Gate.
Suddenly, the uneasy look on Kagari's face vanished. It was as if her soul had left its body. Suddenly, her face was expressionless, and her eyes were wide.
She's thinking of her mom.
Voice. I can hear God's voice.
What?
That's worrying.
Kaguri?
You can't do that. It's not right. You can't do that, Big Sis Suzuha. You can't.
Huh?
Kaguri was acting strangely. Suspiciously, Suzuha reached her hand out towards her, but she slipped past Suzuha's hand, and quicker than any child should be able to move, she slammed her shoulder straight into Suzuha's body.
Uh-huh.
Suzuha was caught completely off guard. That's how fast it was. Kaguri's shoulder hit her in the solar plexus. She bent over and collapsed onto the seat. Kaguri tore the terminal out of Suzuha's hands. The cables connecting it to the IBM 5100 were ripped out, and errors displayed on both screens.
What are you doing?
Kaguri didn't answer the question. Instead, she grabbed the backpack that Suzuha had placed in the seat and spilled its contents onto the floor. There were MREs, spare parts, clothes, and a semi-automatic pistol. Suzuha couldn't believe it. Kaguri was going to try to pick it up.
What are you gonna do with that? Stop it!
She forced herself to ignore the pain as she jumped on Kaguri's body. But another unbelievably powerful body slam knocked her back.
What the fuck?
Something cold was pushed right up against her brow.
Don't move.
Kaguri's tiny hands weren't shaking at all as they clutched the semi-automatic pistol. In the space of an instant, the safety of the gun had been flipped off. That's when Suzuha realized that this wasn't just a temper tantrum. Also, props to the author to know that the safeties exist.
Yeah.
Suzuha was the one who'd taught her how to use a gun. That's why she knew that Kaguri was perfectly calm.
Are you insane? Put the gun down now. Stop doing this.
You're the one who needs to stop.
What?
You can't change the world. You're not making sense.
There was no hesitation in her eyes. Instead, Suzuha saw only resolve.
Do you want the war to happen then?
I don't know anything about that. I just want to go back to my old world.
She wants to go back to her mother. Then that's never going to happen. We've already used the time machine to interfere with the past. The world line's changed. There's almost no chance we can go back.
Shut up! I'm going to save Mommy! You can't erase this world. I won't let you.
Kaguri turned the gun toward the IBM 5100.
Stop!
Before Suzuha could stop her, she pulled down on the trigger. Again and again.
Stop it, Kaguri, please stop.
They're lucky no one caught a ricochet.
In a tiny enclosed space? Yeah, it's people not knowing much about guns that keeps them from getting a ricochet.
And then Kaguri jumped out of the time machine, and Suzuha never saw her again. On every night that passed, she remembered Kaguri. Suzuha had spent some time looking for Kaguri when she had come to this era, but in the end, she'd never found anything. But Shina Kaguri who was now 22 years old, was here in Akihabara. Suzuha was sure of it, but it did no good to keep thinking about it. So Suzuha decided to stop thinking and look around the room. Itaru, her dad, was playing yet another game populated entirely with female characters. His jaw was slack, and he was scratching his belly fat that stuck out from under his shirt as he played. There wasn't much to respect in him right now, either as a father or as a person.
Come to think of it, how are things with Mom?
Huh?
Is everything okay? I'm still going to be born, right?
Well, is that more important than the time machine?
Hey.
Suzuha stormed over to Itaru.
You can't screw this up, Dad.
Yeah, Daddy's going to do his best, okay?
He's never done this before.
It is weird having your daughter wing chick,
It's a completely wild situation to be like, you gotta fuck this woman, you gotta fuck her good enough to make her pregnant, or I'm going to not be born.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, man.
Like, imagine being in that situation.
Yeah, it would be weird to be any of the three people in that situation.
Yeah. This is... What do you even do? All you ever do is talk. You even wasted those movie tickets we gave you, didn't you?
She meant the pair of movie tickets that Mayuri and Faris had conspired to get them at the Christmas party. That was because Okurin and Fubuki collapsed, you know? We were so busy with hospital visits and stuff that the movie left the theater. It's not like it's my fault.
But I heard that when they tried to give you new tickets, you turned them down. Oh, your date.
Who told you that?
Big Sis Mayu and Big Sis Rumi, obviously.
That's because, you know, it's not very manly to make those two do all the work, is it? More manly than you are right now.
So, did you go and do something yourself? This isn't going to work. What's that Spider-Man game meme? I'm going to die.
Maybe this was a more important problem than the time machine. Suzuha brought her hands up to her head.
Listen, Dad. I'm not going to be around to lecture you like this forever, okay? I'm leaving soon.
Oh. Suddenly...
So get on it and start changing my damn diapers.
Suddenly, there was a sad look in Itaru's eyes.
Don't make that face. We said we'd stop worrying about it. We promised.
For the past 6 months, Suzuha had been thinking about whether it was really right to erase this world. But in the end, it was none other than Itaru who pushed her to go ahead. I'm sorry. She couldn't bear to see her father so depressed, so she patted his broad back.
Don't just sit there and be glum. Send Mom a message and see if she's free sometime. And if she is, invite her to a movie.
Yeah, that's way too sudden.
I don't care if it's sudden or not. Do it anyway. Okay? This is an order. My life is on the fucking line.
An order?
What's your answer?
Sir, yes, sir.
Satisfied, she headed off to take a shower. But before that, I'm going to hit the convenience store. glare at me like that. I'll eat as healthy as I can, so please forgive me.
Vanilla.
Huh?
I want ice cream when I'm done with my shower. Vanilla ice cream.
Okay, I'll go buy you a lot of really top-shelf stuff.
Doesn't have to be a lot, just one thing is fine.
Sir, yes, sir.
That was enough to cheer Daru up. He took his wallet and ran out of the lab.
He's such a handful.
She had just about taken off her jacket so she could take that shower. But Suzaha! Hoyen Hyoma, Liskinen is an enemy, yes. Don't trust him, but keep him close to keep an eye on him. Telling him about reading Steiner would be very dangerous. But he is not the only foe you face now. There is another, quieter one, spying on you in the lab and on your friends. Will Suzaha be enough to keep them safe?